Hello, this is Telomere and welcome to another repair video. This isn't really a repair video. I've got a Sega Genesis, the 16-bit version, and there's nothing really wrong with it. I've fully tested it already, but it's pretty dirty. You know what? It's some old technology, so maybe you guys might want to look. Now for these systems, they're pretty easy and pretty straightforward. This one shockingly does have a 3.5mm jack on it, and oh gosh, those pins are, I mean, they'll work. They're just a little slightly bit bent. I don't know how that happened. Nevertheless, volume control works. On-off switch, not a button, reset button. So you can see there's lots of dirt, in the grooves right there. There's, you got a power light there. The usual place for the cartridge-based type that this is. Got a bunch of screws on the bottom too. Fortunately with this one, I had another one that I got in this mass pile that I received from this guy online, or off of Facebook. But that one didn't have any screws, and I had to go and search for some. I found some, and they worked quite well. But you got to use a slightly deeper bit in these, and it works pretty good. I'm just using, this is just a PH2. They're pretty short. Now I gotta ask while I'm taking this last screw out, what is this for? It says do not remove. I have no idea what it is. I can just tell clearly that what's underneath there's a bunch of pins. I'm thinking maybe it was used for testing when it was in, when they had it in the factory. I don't see why they would do it that way, but yeah, maybe. No, they didn't put a sticker behind this, did they? Were they evil like that even back then? Because this isn't coming loose. But working on the other one, this came apart very, very easily. Yeah, just like that. You got right here, it's connected. Oh, that's interesting. I'm gonna have to take it out from the board, or is that soldered in? Oh, that's weird. I need this out though. So I'm gonna bend the feet. I have to, if I want to get this out. I'm going to bend the feet of this back up, and then I should be able to get this out. If I break this, I'm going to have to, oh, there we go. I'm going to be taking this whole shell, and I'll be putting this in the wash. So just put it in the sink and give it a good scrub, you know? But you do got to keep in mind polarity. You see this right here? One is longer than the other. That's really important because this is a diode, and diodes are they do have a positive and negative, and if you put it the wrong way, then you've got a one light LED. It's going to be bright once and blow and never be on ever again. So just remembering, long is on the left. Long is on the left. How am I going to remember that? I'm going to write it down. I do not want to forget this. Now I can take this out. This tray is also, it's a good idea to take the tray out. From what I've seen, almost all the screws are the exact same size, and that I expect to be the same thing with these. Yeah, they are. All the same size. There you go, just like that. I'm going to put that in the sink as well. Now I can take out these buttons. They're pretty easy to get out. You just push on those little feet on the sides, and then if that doesn't come out all the way, take one of these little guys there, just push. Just like that. Here we go. I wonder if the switch will come out. No, it's welded in. It's been plastic welded in. Oh well. It is what it is. That's okay. I'm going to give that a good cleaning in the sink. But let's get this shield off. It's got a little bit of dust. It's very dusty. Very, very dusty. I see all the black screws are on the bottom level. There is one white screw or silver screw up top. And I'm going to take another guess. I'm betting that these, yeah. Oh no! Look at that, they're different. They're a speck longer. I wonder if that's going to prove true for all of them. With the other Sega Genesis, it was the smaller model. I'm going to guess that was probably the upgraded version of the 16-bit. So they always seem to make them, of course, a little bit smaller next generation. Yeah, they're so far all the same. So this metal here, it also could use a bit of a cleaning. I'm thinking I'm going to just put it in the sink as well, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use really, really hot water on it to give it a good cleaning. And that way it will dry rapidly, and there'll be a lot less chance that there will be any problems with it getting rusty, you know? There we go. very, very different compared to the other one. Whenever I take something like this apart for the first time, my knee-jerk reaction is to always look at all the capacitors and make sure that none of them are bloated. Because if there's one component that will cause problems with one of these systems, it's definitely a capacitor. And like capacitors, they do very much so wear out rather rapidly. That's your power. I don't see anything that looks concerning. It's just a bit dusty. Oh, there's a little bit of a larva in there. I'm going to use something to point at it. Where's my tweezer? Right there. What is that? I can clearly see it's dead. It's been dead for a long time. That thing is light as a feather. I need the other shell like this. I need to have it completely out. The whole shot needs to be out. It's definitely very loose. Something's holding it in though. Oh gosh. There's a screw right here. Is that it? Is that the only hidden screw? Yeah, it looks like it. There we are. That is the reset switch. This is your volume. This is for power. That right there, that's your power. That right there is the CPU. 53, you know what? I'm going to zoom in. This is cool. That right there. That is the computer processor for this thing. 53.69317 megahertz. That's honestly pretty impressive. So what are we looking at underneath here? How dusty is this? Does it need cleaning? Maybe a little, not much. And this definitely could use a little bit of a dusting as well. This is definitely nothing fancy when it comes to getting this cleaned up. It's just pretty much, I'm going to be turning a vacuum on and giving it a good vacuuming with that, get rid of all the dust, and then I'm going to put it into the sink and give it a good wash. Well, I got them all back, done, and cleaned up, and it turned out great. They cleaned up very, very well. Surprisingly well. Much cleaner than I expected. Let me show you. Now the metal, not so much. I couldn't do much about that. Now this was pretty dirty before. What I'm really happy about is the amount of dust that was taken out of here, out of those vents, and also the dirt that was around the power button, the power switch, excuse me, as well as the volume switch, whatever you want to call that. And there was a little bit of dirt in the reset. There's some marks as well, like I don't know what that is. I'm going to try to get rid of that with maybe a little bit of isopropyl alcohol. There's some other marks here and there too, like right here. Not sure what to do about that. But otherwise, it's looking a lot cleaner, all considering how old it is. It looks very nice, I think. The inside didn't need so much. I cleaned it up some, but it was mostly just dust. Same thing with the metal, with these. It wasn't anything special. The board's cleaned as well. So now it's just a matter of getting it all put back together. And that's done. All we got left now is to make sure that it's still working. Now, I do not have this right here. I don't have this creature. But I do have a original NES, one that has this right here. So we're going to use that for testing. It does work. It doesn't work as well. I don't remember it working as well, but it should still work decent enough. And I also don't have a power supply for this either. Frustratingly, I have neither power supply. I did buy something that I thought was going to work, and it didn't. The power supply isn't even the right power supply either. It's a 9 volt, and this is a 10 volt, I'm pretty sure. No, this is a 9 volt. This is 9 volt at 1.2 amps. And this is a 9 volt at 2 amps, but it doesn't fit, if I'm correct. Maybe I'm wrong. It smells disgusting. Oh, it does fit. Okay. All right. I got it probably, I can't remember. It was a little while I bought this. So you can see it works. It's lighting up. Okay, good. Happy to see that. I do need to test the headphones jack. I've got some, I'm pretty sure I've got like something I can use for testing. Yeah, right here. You see this little guy? That'll do. It's a very old game, something Shogun. I can't even rate it. I can't remember. I have used this before for testing. We can use that, and let's show you what's happening on screen. It's going to be switched over to TV. Okay. Static. On. You can see the lines. That's what happens when you're using the off-brand, I'm pretty sure. I love the sounds in this. It sounds like it has such a Final Fantasy sound to it. I'm about to die. I'm dead. No. Oh, KO'd. Oh, he's just mocking me now. Let's try with the speaker. I really don't know how this headset works. Oh, wow. That's impressive. It's actually, like, very loud. And it clearly works very well. I'm very impressed. I wonder if I turn the TV down, will it be separate? Yeah, it's separate from the TV. That is such a cool feature. And it doesn't exist on the, I think it's the newer version of the Sega Genesis, where, see, nothing coming out of the TV. So that works clearly very well. Well, I was planning to finish the video off there, but there was a problem. I can't recall if I mentioned in the video, but there was a problem with the reset button. It wasn't working. So I had done a little bit of research, and I found out that apparently I can take this rubber gasket up. Just hope that I can get back in place afterwards. And underneath there's a sensor, obviously, like any button. And it needs to be cleaned. And it's this little contact too here. This little guy needs to be cleaned as well. So I noticed when I pushed the button sideways, kind of like wiggled it, it would work, and other times it would not. So either it's a problem with the joints on this being bad, which I don't think is the case. I don't think the solder joints here are bad. I did try adding a little bit of solder. As you can see, it's a little shinier than the other side. Did not help at all. But I think I'm going to take a little bit of alcohol, just a little cotton swab, get in there, and then clean this as well, and hopefully that'll clean that up. And I'll show you guys in a bit if that does, in fact, solve the problem. Well, I plugged it all back in. I tell you, that was really hard. It's not really properly put in yet. I've been trying, and it's been quite a struggle. Let's just toss the game in, give it a go, and see what happens, right? I've also discovered that if you're using this cable, did I say earlier? I discovered that this cable actually does work. I didn't think it did. I thought it was from a different model, but it definitely did work, which is pretty epic. So let's turn this on, and all I need to know is whether or not this this reset button actually works. So every single time you see that blink, it means that it's working. I think I've got it working. I just gotta have to finish putting the little membrane back into place. It's quite the struggle. Well, I've got it going. I've got it working. This speaker I have working, I had it working before with the Nintendo, the original NES thing, but for some reason it wasn't working with this cable. So I don't know, whatever happened. After I fixed that reset button, now the speaker works quite well, as you can tell. Excited about that. And the reset switch. It works. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to.